Hey guys, welcome back to another tutorial. I'm David Glenn with the Pro Audio Files and davidglennrecording.com. I hope you're doing amazing. Today we have an excerpt. It's going to come from the mixacademy.com. This is a song. I mixed this, I want to say, a couple of years ago from my man Pablo, incredible artist. He's formerly of Group 1 Crew. Those of you guys in the CCM, the Christian music industry, you will know Group 1 Crew. Pablo killing it. And this one, this is from still an unreleased debut solo album. He's got a couple singles out that we put together, but my man Victor Encarnacion, want to give a shout out to him, Pablo producing it, and then I was the mixer slash teammate, we'll call it. Some production, miscellaneous stuff here and there. But anyways, back to the message. I'm going to lead this into an excerpt that I've taken from a full start to finish series that I've done mixing this song. It's called Vintage. You can check that out in the link in the description below. That'll take you to where you can download the Multitracks for free. You can get your hands on this, mix it, use it on your resume, full license to do that. Just make sure you give the credit where it's due. I've got the details in the email that comes with the Multitracks, but I just want to kind of lead that in. Free Multitracks, link in the description below. This is a video where I'm going to take you through mix tweaks. So lots of little bits of information here. I think you're really going to dig it, where I've I've listened to some other industry mixes. I've taken the mix to the car. I've got some smaller speakers here in the studio. The iPod buds, iPhone buds, and then listening on like laptop speakers and stuff. So I've done that, come back, and then this video is going to take you through some of the things that I felt like needed to be changed before sending it off for artist and producer approval. That's a mouthful. Again, free Multitracks, link in the description below. I hope you're doing amazing. Hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Feel free to like, subscribe. Tons of new content coming your way. Also, last thing before I shut up, don't forget to go check out David Glenn Recording on Facebook, facebook.com/David Glenn Recording. Like, comment, post questions. I'm going to be trying to drive some traffic over there to get some free videos up there, some interaction, Q&A. I get a ton of emails, and I'm so thankful for them. I'm way behind, but I want to start answering those questions via Facebook Live and miscellaneous videos over there. So thanks again, and I hope you enjoy the video. All right, guys, so I checked this in the car and listened on my Apple headphones, the buds that come with my iPhone here. And I listened to some Uptown Funk. I listened to the Lupe Fiasco, kind of went back and forth, did my thing. And I've got a couple of major notes and then a few minor things. One of my major notes was this kick, and I feel like it's just kind of too much having these two kicks at the same time, and the low end just a little bit much for me. So I'm gonna tighten up this one. That low end is still just a little bit much. I'm not sure if I want to just tighten the sustain and release, or if maybe it's too much low end that's driving the woofiness, but it's a little bit too much. So I'm gonna back this. I'm gonna almost choke it. Okay, that's a little bit tighter, quite a bit tighter actually. And let's hear this, the kicks all together. Okay, and even that live kick can maybe come in just a little bit.
Good, the bad, the ugly. Yeah, we all champions tonight. It's for everyone in the good struggle. Here we go. Yeah, it's been a long ride. I crashed a few times, had to learn how to fly. And I lost a few things, but I gained much more, and I feel so alive. I cooked up a few.
Okay, had a few vocal notes, but we'll get to those. The snare trigger, felt like it was just a hair bright, and then even thinking maybe I could tighten it up just a little bit. Let's see if there's a snare bottom mic going on with this one. Nah, so not really. So we'll take and pull this in. We got sustain, release, and let's pull this all the way down. Try to get a tighter tone from it. Yeah, I'm already digging that.
The bad, the ugly. Yeah, we all champions.
Snare bottom. I'm pretty sure that's what's going on. So I kind of like it on the ghost notes, so we may automate this, but I think I'm going to go with the multiband transient designer and pull back some of the sustain from it. As we wait for the plugin to load. Okay, there we go, multiband. I probably could just go single band. Let's instantiate that. Cool. We have a little attack to it as well. Let's hear the difference.
The bad, the ugly. Yeah, we all champions tonight. It's for everyone in the good struggle. Here we go. Yeah, it's been a long ride. I crashed a few times, had to learn how to fly. And I lost a few things, but I gained much more.
Okay, lastly, I'm going to take a little bit of that, call it air, sizzle, whatever you want to call it, from the snare bottom. I think that's going to work better.
The bad, the ugly. Yeah, we all champions tonight. It's for everyone in the good struggle. Here we go.
Okay, so a couple of those issues worked out. Less top in the snare. The kick tighter, verse guitar on the right, up. Let's go find that guy. Scroll in here. There's some guitar going on there. Wah guitar, lead wah. Okay, so it's one of these. Let's go here.
Getting back, I can see better after taking off the. Boom in your back, cause I learned life is more about the truth than the facts. We celebrating life, the good struggle, we on tonight. We celebrating life, the good fight, we champs tonight. Yeah, we celebrating life, the good struggle, we on tonight. We celebrating life, the good fight, we champs tonight. Yeah, throw your hands up in the sky and let me see you push your worries to the side. Cause life is short and we only passing by. Leave your drama at the door and wave your worries goodbye. We in the drama-free zone, so tell your homie leave the child play at home. There comes a time when you gotta say no, even if it means you gotta venture on your own. You can't be blind and lead the blind. You can't rewind, so it's time to look past your regret and find who you really are and get on your grind. Cause homie, you know you only live once, and wearing YOLO on your shirt ain't enough. At some point, you gotta step it up, cause life's too short to waste it on a bluff. We celebrating life, the good struggle, we on tonight. We celebrating life, the good fight, we champs tonight. Yeah, we celebrating life, the good struggle, we on.
Okay, I'm kind of digging that back in the mix. It's such a nice rockin' tone there with the lead wah, so we'll let that live. And then let's move on to another note. Lead guitar up, we just did that. Verse guitar on the right. The last verse, wasted on a bluff. Drop that verse line where everything kind of drops.
Oh, you can't be blind and lead the blind. Life's too short to waste it on a bluff. We celebrate.
Okay, it might sound kind of cool. I heard this in Uptown Funk. We're going to steal a little bit of one of their drops.
Life's too short to waste it on a bluff. We celebrate.
And there's a couple ways we can do this. I want to emphasize that drop. So let's find some of the stuff that's, I'm going to go to slip mode, find some of the stuff that's, okay, so we're going to go do a break point, do something like right in there, and we're just going to cut. Actually, I'll mute it for now just in case I don't like it. Okay, what I do probably need to do before I get into too much of that is find the effects right here.
Shorter, wasted on the bluff. We sell bluff. Bluff. We sell.
So that might be the point there, and then the chorus is the one.
We celebrate.
Okay, so in between these two, let's go back to grid mode for a second. All over the place. We'll make sure that this snaps to a grid. Okay, that's on the one. So we're going to select that region, come down here to all effects. Should we just lower it or mute it? Let's get rid of it for a second, see what it sounds like.
Wasted on the bluff. We celebrate.
Okay, that worked. There's still something sustaining in the music.
Bluff. We celebrate.
Can't get rid of everything because that guitar kind of sustains over. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at...
Bluff. We celebrate.
I don't really want those, so we're going to break, mute, and we're going to come here. I'm going to drop down and put a fade on all of those, come back over here, zoom in a little bit, put a fade on all those guys. Let's see what we get.
Cause life's too short to waste it on the bluff. We celebrate.
Okay, what else is going on there? A little bit of the organ.
Bluff. We celebrate.
Nothing really happening here. I'm gonna delete it. And bring it in on the one. Cool. What else is happening? That wah guitar is sustaining over. That's cool. We got everything else is dropped. Might need to choke the high end where the cymbals are ringing out. Let's go here. Let's see what that sounds like. High end. Just drop it all the way down. And then if you guys, I haven't mentioned this before, but if you're not familiar with the keyboard shortcuts and Pro Tools, if you have a numeric keypad, which I highly recommend, the shortcuts are, 1 is reverse if you tap it once, 2 is fast forward. So if you just kind of hold it, whenever I want to make an edit or something, I'll double tap on 1 and then hit play.
At some point, you gotta step it up, cause life's too short to waste it on the bluff. We celebrating life.
Okay, and then it might be cool on his vocal, getting a little bit dry for that section, maybe automate a little effect real quick. Let's go to the room. Let's pull him all the way up and hear what that sounds like. It's just the...
At some point, you gotta step it up, cause life's too short to waste it on the bluff. We celebrate.
I didn't hear it.
Bluff.
Oh, we got all the effects muted there. That's not going to do anything for us. Okay. So maybe we leave that alone for now. We could always add one at the end here and do like a... I guess we can show that. Let's show reverb. Let's see, people have bragged about these digital plates, and these aren't very resource heavy, so let's give it a shot. Let's solo and listen to this.
Cause life's too short.
I don't want that to be really short.
Cause life's too short to waste it on the bluff. Cause life's too short to waste it on the bluff.
I want it to be a little darker.
Cause life's too short to waste it on the bluff. Cause life's too short to waste it on the bluff.
Bypass.
Cause life's too short to waste it on the bluff.
Not sure.
Cause life's too short to waste it on the bluff.
Not digging it. We'll move on. You guys kind of get the point. What I was thinking was to have an effect there that would kind of give a little bit of an ambience to that right there. Let's see, maybe if we boost what these guys are doing.
Bluff. You gotta step it up, cause life's too short to waste it on a bluff. We celebrating.
I think that line needs to come up, though. What do you guys think? Talking to myself now. We've got this section here. Maybe not 4 dB, but like 2 or 3.
Cause life's too short to waste it on a bluff. We celebrating life.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. All right. And then one more little thing. I'm going to go to volume automation. And
bluff. Wasted on a bluff.
And I'm going to put a breakpoint before there. I'm going to give a little bit of a boost to that line so it kind of gradually gets louder and in our face.
Step it up, cause life's too short to waste it on a bluff. We celebrate it.
Maybe just a little bit too much. We'll pull that back down. That could be cool.
You gotta step it up, cause life's too short to waste it on a bluff. We celebrating life.
Okay, but then our hook vocals coming in a little weak. So let's pull that up.
On a bluff. We celebrating life. The good struggle, we on tonight. We celebrating life. The good fight, we champs tonight. Yeah, we celebrating life. The good struggle, we on tonight.
That's a little bit too loud. Okay, so back and forth a little bit. Let's go to the next note. Wasted on a bluff, we got that. Jams tonight is missing the lead vocal. So let's see if we can find the mishap here.
Champs, come on, huh? The good fight, we champs, come on, huh?
Trying to figure out what I want to do there. If I want to copy from the other section or
We celebrating life. The good fight, we champs, come on, huh?
Let's try boosting this a lot.
We celebrating life. The good fight, we champs tonight, come on, huh?
Yeah, that's what we need to do. Not quite that much.
We celebrating life. The good fight, we champs tonight, come on, huh?
Still down a little bit. Let's hear that section.
We celebrating life. The good struggle, we on tonight. We celebrating life.
Man, that whole thing is just kind of low, isn't it? Once we put it up, I kind of like it.
We celebrating life. The good struggle, we on tonight. We celebrating life. The good fight, we champs tonight. Yeah,
that last line's pretty impactful. Let's go ahead and pull up every last line for this one. Another 2.5 dB. We're gonna Control-Shift-C to copy that automation.
we champs.
Back it up.
We celebrating life. The good fight, we champs tonight. Yeah, we celebrating life.
Down just a hair. We'll go out here, do the same thing.
The good fight, we champs tonight, come on, huh?
Now let's come to this section.
We on tonight. We celebrating life. The good fight, we champs tonight, huh? Yeah, we celebrating life. The good struggle, we on tonight. We celebrating life. The good fight, we champs tonight, huh? Yeah, throw your hands up in the sky and let me see you push your worries to the side. Cause life is short and we only passing by. Leave your drama at the door and wave your worries goodbye. We in the drama-free zone, so tell your homie leave the child play at home.
Okay, that's kind of cool. I like that last phrase coming up. What's this? I think that is the same phrase.
Cause we champs tonight, yeah.
Let's bring that up 3.
Why? Cause we champs tonight, yeah. We champs tonight, come on, huh? That's right. This is for everyone who's in the good struggle. You know who you are. We celebrating life. The good fight, we champs tonight, huh? Yeah, we celebrating life. The good struggle, we on tonight. We celebrating life. The good fight, we champs tonight, come on, huh? That's right. This is for everyone.
I'm going to bring that guitar in just a little bit more central for when it starts rocking that solo, and I think I'm going to even boost it up volume-wise. And could use my Presonus fader port, but it gives me trouble when I do these videos, so you haven't seen me use that before.
We celebrating life, the good fight, we champs tonight, come on, huh?
Might not need that volume dip or boost.
We celebrating life, the good fight, we champs tonight, come on, huh? That's right. This is for everyone who's in the good struggle. You know who you are. All I'm saying.
But what I do want to do is show a little bit of delay love to it. So we're going to come grab that. Actually, that slap delay might sound kind of cool. Let's go, man, all over the place with these. Let's go vocal slap. Let's try that.
We celebrating life, the good fight, we champs tonight, come on, huh? That's right. This is for everyone who's in the good struggle. You know who you are.
That might just be doing a volume increase. Let's try the delay 1.
All I'm saying is hold on.
It's kind of neat. Don't know if we'll keep it, but give it a little widening vibe to it. And let's check this vocal slap. I think that's the one. What's going on with that? Is this going to... Nope, good. Okay, come down here. Check our effects. Vocal slap. Doesn't look like any high cut. Did we put that on the... We do have some of that on the lead, don't we? Yeah. Okay. Try one more time. Find something cool. You know what? Stop 2. I have a spring reverb on this one. See if we can move that there and put a delay. Oops, not distortion. Delay. There we go. And let's see what that gives us. Lead wah.
It's holding on tight. Why? Cause we champs tonight, yeah.
Okay, a little bit wasn't bad. Not bad. Okay. Jam tonight we fixed. Ending lead guitar up front and center. Okay, so those are my notes, and I think at this point this would be what I would consider my my rough mix. There would be some more automation to do. We'll break into those with the tutorials this month. I'm going to do a little more referencing. I've got to meet with Pablo, the artist, get some of his